What's up, boys? It's time for our Week 8 recap. Fantastic week, even though I lost. I got this bad boy out today. I don't want y'all to forget it. Look at this. That shine. The best belt in the world. Shout out Trophy Smack. Sponsor me if you don't. Come on. I need it. Let's go. This is what's at stake. This is the best league in the world. I'm going to start out in standings today just to show you what I mean. In standings, we have, of course, this is a 12-person league. The top 10 with a 30 and above, Eric's at 22, but still, 30 and above percent chance to make the playoffs. Do not stop. I'm at 3 of 5. My team's dirty, bro. You better watch out. I was telling Aaron the other day, bro, don't let me in the playoffs. Don't let me in the playoffs. I'm going to cause some problems. We'll see how it goes. I finally, after 2 weeks, have Amon-Ra and Justin Jefferson both starting up against, unfortunately, Jake. Sorry about that, pal. We'll see how it goes. Let's check out the scoreboard for the week. First off, we have myself and Mr. Ryan Die to Infinity and Bijan. Bijan didn't do too hot, but I still come up with a loss. Brother, I lost to double tight ends. I have never in my life. I lost to double tight ends. Look at this. Tucker Kraft and George Kittle. A combined 47 from 2 tight ends. What am I going to do about that? Chase Brown finally goes off. Herbert finally does something, whatever. Booty is not Booty at 16.5. He made all the right calls. My goodness. I did not. However, it didn't matter. My kicker dropped 20. My quarterback dropped 23. Tight end 18.7. Did not matter. Wasn't enough. I lose to Mr. Ryan here. He goes to 4-4, 7th in the playoffs, or in the standings. I go to 3 and 5, down at 10. But I'm telling you better watch out. Next, we have the upset, baby. Let's go. Alex and Aaron. What happened here, as you can probably tell from the thumbnail, is Mr. McCaffrey here dropping 9.8, and then Judy dropping 0. Unfortunately, Alex was one decision away here in the Tennessee wide receiver instead of Jerry Judy. Would have given him the win. Aaron seemingly made all the right decisions. Comes up with 112 to beat first place. Now, this moves Aaron to 4th. It has no effect on Alex. He's still first, and has the same record as one remaining person in Dale. Next, we have Jake versus Eric. This is what I'm talking about. Again, we have a 7-point differential, and would have been overcome, I believe. Let's see, Calvin was 0 on flex, and then Hunter Henry was 7.7. You probably wouldn't have put a tight end in flex, but if you did, you would come away with a victory. And honestly, y'all, we might need to look at defenses. I think this is a problem. Specifically on the negative end, not so much this, surplus here. But we have a 34-point differential in defense here. -9 to 25. Okay, so if we somehow cap, Eric, I'm not rooting for you to lose or anything, but if we somehow cap defenses at not being able to go negative, which I'm for, I think anybody would be for, this is also a turning point. we'll see about this next year. I don't know if I like being able to go that negative with a defense. 0 is bad enough. Going negative on a defense is just wild because there's only so many. We'll just go from there. We have a low-scoring affair in the Christ Way former youth pastor battle royale. Grayson coming off with the victory here. This was a wild matchup to watch because seemingly he had it in the bag. JCM only dropping 2.5 and Patrick Mahomes with the 22.96 made it a very close game. Grayson comes away with the dub. Jordan Mason at 1.6 is absolutely brutal. Ollie Gordon, you couldn't have known that, but man, would have made the difference here with a victory. But that just goes to show 95% of this is just luck. Let's just be honest. You can do all the research you want, but you cannot control what somebody does on the field. You can control, however, replacing a player that's not playing. Let's get it together, boys. You don't have many options here, but that's just unfortunate there. And then, of course, the water boy just dropping points again. Pittman going for 23, Waddle for 20. Unfortunately, Scadabo's out. Rest in peace, that ankle. You are so fun to watch, bro. I absolutely hate it. Dale does get Ashton Genty back this week, I believe, to keep rolling. My boy goes to 6-2 and is in that second place pretty securely. Next, we have the absolute Gunslinger Bowl. Rashid Rice's bail bonds and Sergeant Soldiers. 127.78 with the loss is brutal. Sorry about that, buddy. It could have been worse. He could have played RJ Harvey over Rashad Wright, and dropped another 16, which would have been crazy. Will moving to 5th. Blake secure there in that 3rd spot. We have a lot of 5-3 teams now from this. James Cook going for 33, Rashid for 25, H-Hand for 20. Absolutely crazy. Here, -2 from the defense is terrible. 0 from Quentin Johnston. 0 from one player and still rocking 127 is wild. You had 70 points from 2 players. This is not fair now. Jonathan Taylor again proves to be a league winner. I don't know why he's never like top 2, 3 when it comes to fantasy drafts, but just pumps out wins every chance he gets. Saquon dropping 33 coming out of that slump. Absolutely crazy. Let's check out the standings one more time. So now, we've got 3 teams at 5-3, 2 teams at 6-2, 4 teams at 4-4, which I said would be a thing. Fortunately, I wasn't able to do my part, so I'm sitting here at 3-5 with still a 30% chance to make the playoffs. You better watch out, I'm telling you. So then now, in this last spot that we will all be fighting for, is Eric, which for some reason is still at a 22% chance to make the playoffs. That must be considering matchups and bye weeks and stuff like that. So hopefully we can get back up here. We'll see some losses in this realm. We'll see some losses up here. We'll definitely see some losses down here. Keep it going, boys. To have 10 teams, I know 22%, 30% is not a high chance, but to have 10 teams even in the conversation after week 8, I think is awesome. Keep it going. Don't stop. I'm definitely not stopping. I'm telling you, bro, you better not let me in the playoffs. I looked at my matchups. We're talking 30th and lower ranked defenses for my go-getters. You better watch out. Don't let me in. I'm going to cause some problems. But keep it going, boys. I want to do a watch party, but it's just everything keeps happening because like the holidays and and all that. So we'll try to get one together. And I definitely want to do one for like a playoff, maybe the first round of playoffs to see who gets in, or maybe the second round of playoffs to see who the champion is. And then it would be dope. You know, you always like to talk scenarios. If the championship game came down to like a Sunday night where it's one player versus one player to decide the championship, that would be so sick to watch with y'all. Let's keep it going. Let's get it together. Appreciate you all. Keep going. Don't stop. And we'll see you next time.